How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan45678 and welcome back to another video on the 1976 Honda MR175 Elsinore. Now, we've made some quick progress on this bike, tearing it apart, and some slow progress as a result of some of the teardown stuff. If you've seen any of my previous videos, check those out, you'll know what I mean. But today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to get these spacers out. They're like rubber things with a metal insert, and I don't know what they're for, but I'm going to get those out, and I'm just going to try and see what happens, or see what works, I mean. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, or it's useful and helpful. Subscribe for more projects and videos like this, and as always, if you want to support the channel, there are affiliate links in the description below. So yeah, let's get started with this. Alright, so the thing that I'm thinking is the best thing to try is to just take a rag kind of to protect it. It's kind of hard to get an edge that's not going to get in the way, but then kind of push up on it with a screwdriver. I've never tried to do anything with these before, but that may not work, I don't know. I don't even know what these are for. If I had a piece of plastic, like, tell you what, this thing would be perfect if I can get it under there and start actually doing something with it. It's kind of weak though. But that would be ideal so I don't bend the fins. And the reason I'm taking these out is because I need to paint the thing. This one's caked in mud, so let's move on to the next one. Sorry if you can't see that. That's dirt, basically. So we'll move on to another one for now. Come back to that one later. If this one comes out easy, then all we got to do is clean the mud, I presume. Tell you what, these might need some cleaning and or oil, so it's probably not the best thing to use, but I'm going to use some PB Blaster. So just kind of right on there, and each one get some PB Blaster. Honestly, around the sides as well would help. I'll let that soak a little bit. There. There's probably some special tool that you could use, I'm sure, but I don't know anything about that. A stiffer piece of plastic would help. Okay, I used these pieces of PVC pipe that I flattened out a long time ago for a project that didn't work. They worked good for gasket scraping, so maybe they'll work good for this without busting the fins. No. Maybe a wrench would work. Like if I get a wrench that's slightly too small, let it fit around there. That one's bigger. Maybe this size. Just kind of stick it on there. Yeah, and push up. No? Doesn't want to go, does it? That did kind of work though. It is moving it slightly. That is a 7/16. Yeah, that ain't happening. Anyway, I'm going to do some more research and figure out if there's a better way to do this, and I'll be back soon. So after doing some more research, I found out what these are for. These are cylinder dampers, which quiet some of the vibration, apparently for EPA noise regulations or something. And it's supposedly not noticeable to the ear, but noticeable to the test or whatever that they had to pass back then. So, well, and that makes sense because this is a, or could have been, I don't think you could anymore, but could have been a street legal bike. Still no info on how to get these out though, unfortunately. And the only reason I'm taking these out is because I want to paint this thing. So it's kind of sucks that they're in there that good. So what I'm gonna do, if there's one thing that I learned from unscrewing rusty things, is that sometimes it's better if you can't get it off going the right direction, do it a little bit the other way to kind of break the rust or whatever. So I need to put something underneath it, because what I'm going to do is keep it here, and I'm going to take this as I couldn't find the punch, but I'm going to try to punch it, try to break it loose a little bit if I can, because clearly it's not working the normal way, the way I was thinking of doing it. I can't tell if that's actually doing anything, but it does appear if I take, because it is wiggly. Wiggle it some. There it is, spinning now. It didn't do that before. Let's see if I can spin it and push it up at the same time. Now that that's moved, maybe I could push it with the screwdriver. Yeah, it still doesn't want to go. It's free, but it doesn't want to go up. Just kind of wobbling back and forth with a screwdriver, maybe. Although, it didn't help earlier. I think I see kind of a part of the problem. It's bigger on the outside than the inside. So it's kind of keeping itself in. And one thing I know, and I thought of earlier, I just didn't try it for some reason, is that rubber shrinks when it gets hot. At least rubber bands do anyway. So maybe what I need to do is get it hot, and then it'll pop right off. So let's try that. And that didn't seem to do much. Tried with a heat gun because rubber contracts under heat. At least rubber bands do. So it didn't really help. So I'll have to do some more research and come up with a plan. So I'm kind of thinking that I screwed myself over by spraying PB Blaster on there, which is, I think it's petroleum based, which I should have known better because I know gaskets and O-rings swell when you do that and when you spray things like that on them, but that's probably part of my problem. Doesn't help. Apparently for rubber you're supposed to use silicone spray or rubber lube, which I don't have either of those. Closest thing I have is this dielectric grease, which is silicone grease, which should be the same thing. So I'm going to try to use some of that, maybe get it on there if I can. I don't know. It's probably not going to help much, unless I can get a whole bunch on there. So, yeah, it's not going to get in the right spots either. That's what I should have been using. Maybe if I turn this now, it'll help me out. But I doubt it. I found that these pliers work the best. They have kind of a good grip pattern on them. They actually tend to grip these metal pieces and it'll turn, so like that. So if I turn this, maybe run it up and down a couple times, like that. The length of what it does have to work with already. Maybe it'll come out, but that's wishful thinking. Ow. Anyway, let's see if we can try our luck again. Prying on this thing carefully. Maybe the new lubricant will help, maybe not. Alright, so after some research and posting on Reddit for suggestions, someone threw out the idea of using boiling water. So basically, use a pot like this and boil some water carefully. Stick it in there. It doesn't go in all the way, so I'm gonna have to do probably like this and like this. Same on the other side, and hopefully that will get it out. And what I'm gonna do before that, so I don't destroy this thing or crack it, I'm gonna hit it with a heat gun so it's warm, because you don't want to put cold things in hot things. That's bad. That usually leads to cracking and destruction. So no, that's a no-no. So yeah, let's go do it. Alright, so now that it's really hot and it's got out of the boiling water, let's look at it. Actually, it looks pretty decent. I don't know how much of it actually touched the water, but this side for sure I could tell looks pretty supple. Maybe it's just imagining it, but it does maybe appear to be a little bit softer. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking like it's much more different. Let me try these pliers again. These seem to work pretty good before. Still turns. It doesn't seem to have helped really. Alright, so I've tried a little bit more. I don't know if you can tell, but basically what I've been doing is kind of cutting at the edges that are not wanting to go through. Just kind of trying to trim it up, and it's not really helping much. You can see it's kind of about the same way it was, and this is, well, this is the only one I've done it to, but it's the best we've got, and it's barely anything. So basically what it is the bulging edges are keeping it from coming out. But the problem is those bulging edges include anything that's within these fins. So I would have to literally take the diameter down that much all around every single edge of every single one of these. So I'm going to make a decision to, well, I'm going to try on one first and see what happens, and if it helps, if it works really, to try and cut the rubber out. That was another suggestion, is like either drill or cut it out. That's the last resort for me. These are not coming out, and I'm not going to keep prying on these at the risk of breaking another fin. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I don't really need, I'm probably not going to film all of this. I might film the first one just so you can see what I'm talking about. But I think what I'll do maybe is, this is a tough decision. I'm gonna first put it back flush so that I have the most surface to work with. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut where each one starts to bulge, kind of cut it in a circle. Maybe then the first one will come out, and if I need to, I don't know if I can reach in there that way, but if I could cut down the center of each one, maybe diagonally, I'll do that to try to get it to come off. The bottom one I'm not too worried about, so I'll start with the top one. Cut about right here. And it does cut through the rubber pretty easily, I've noticed. So yeah, it's going to be a little tedious. It's not the best way, and one thing that I have found is the 7/16 wrench will stick on there and turn it, so I can kind of use that to help me a little bit. could dig the screwdriver down the entire length of this. Might be a good thing. It is working. So maybe that's what the guy was talking about, drilling these out. Maybe drill the rubber out, which honestly though, I wouldn't try that with a drill bit because knowing me, I would ruin the aluminum in the process. At least this way I know immediately if I'm hitting metal. Yeah, it's starting to come loose. Not totally, but it is getting there, and it's still very hard. There's a piece. Big old chunk of rubber. So these really did need replacing anyway. It's just, if they can come out is the problem. There we go. First piece is out. Maybe, now that we have a bigger grip on this thing, I'm doubting it, but maybe it'll come out and loosen the rubber and let it come out. I'm thinking no, but it's worth a shot. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We need to focus on getting the rest of this rubber. Yeah, I won't bore you guys with the rest of this until I get to a point where I'm actually doing something, I think. Although if you look, that is ripped. So that's a good sign. Yeah, it's just going to take a bunch of fiddling, so essentially the same thing for you guys as I'm doing right now for like probably a good hour or two, to be honest. So yeah, comes that piece. There we go, another half piece. Maybe it'll be enough for it to come up, but I doubt it. Yeah, that's the thing. Once it, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be more of this, so I'll catch you guys when I'm done, probably. Alright, sorry, real quick update. I just found these wire cutters, I guess, and let me get them in a good spot so I can show you. I just cut with them. This is going to make it a lot faster, I think. So look, if I just put it in there, about right there, it snips. Alright, good. So if I just turn it again, it snips pretty deep too, so that's going to be useful in getting these rubber pieces out. Alright, we're almost done with this one, as you can see. I'm going to see if I can get it out as the last thing we do. It's probably going to have to come off like the others. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Alright, this one last little connection, but it's going through now, so I'm going to try to keep it going. May not work. Push this, cut this bottom piece. Cut it all the way off. See if we can, there we go, we got the metal piece out and the rubber piece. Is stuck. Doesn't want to come out. And when it's out, it's not out. There we go. And it's out. First one down. 5 to go. Okay, not too shabby. We pretty much got it out. Took a while. Long while actually, but anyway, that's the first one. I'm going to do the rest of them, and if I run into any novel tricks and ways to do this, I'll let you guys know. Alright, so I'm halfway done, and let me show you one time-saving trick, I guess, that I found. If you get enough of the rubber off like this, and you can get a good grip on the metal piece, you can just carefully spin and pull it out. And if you get it even this far, you could reposition and get a bigger bite on it and just pull it out. So this saves a lot of time and gets you to be able to mess with the rubber without this being in the way. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Alright, that took way longer than I would have liked, but all of these are now out. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have to clean those up before I put new rubber things in them. Look at that pile of rubber. It's devoid of rubber on the cylinder, and this thing is ready to be stripped and painted. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. We'll do the stripping and painting in a different video. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like if this was helpful or enjoyable. Subscribe for more projects and videos on this project, the Elsinore. And as always, if you want to support the channel, there are affiliate links in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.